Hi there, it's Rachel from Sage. How are you today? I hope you're well. I am going to feature a couple of new things today, but mostly I'm going to show you some of the samples and minis that I've been working through. Who has a lot of those? Am I the only one? I'm sure I'm not. I have mixed feelings about samples and minis coming with your Sephora or Mecca or Adore Beauty or whatever, Yes Style, whatever order it is. They're handy in that they're great for travel. They're great to try a product to tempt you to buy it potentially. But they're really little and they're plastic usually, and you know, what do you do with them? I guess you can recycle some of it. So I've just done my brows in the usual way. I'm not filling them in today because I've just tinted them recently. The first sample, and this is I got this with my reward points from Sephora, the Ultraviolet SPF 50 Queen Screen. This is a serum sunscreen. Now I'm only just putting it here because I've put other sunscreen elsewhere on my face. The Ultraviolet is an Australian brand. It's quite expensive sunscreen, but it is meant to be aesthetically more comfortable, shall we say. This one smells like roses. I don't understand why you would put fragrance in a rose fragrance in a sunscreen. I cannot put that near my eyes. That's the upshot of it. So I've primed my eyelids. I'm going to do some other makeup. I will put some of this on first though. This is the Tarte Maracuja Lip Plump Shimmer Gloss Finish. It's actually really lovely and I've been racing through this. I like it a lot. It's called a gloss, but it's not a gloss, it's a balm. It's got significant pigment. It's really beautiful. It stays on for ages too. So there's the little component, so cute. And I have used quite a lot already, but it is super, super soft. And yesterday it kind of melted in my handbag a little bit. So just a word of warning to you. I compare it, the plumping is cooling, by the way. It's not hot. This one here, almost identical color and glimmer. This is from Revlon. This is Revlon's new glimmer range, but this is actually a gloss. And there's no plumping effect. But in terms of the look of the product, they look very, very similar to me. All right, now I really do need to secure the sweat. Cue the One Size Primer, On Till Dawn Primer. It's in a, is that plastic or tin? I'm not sure. So this is the component. It's just a tube. Yeah, it's an aluminium tube. I have been using this a little bit. I'm going to use about that much. It's like, to me, it feels like a K-Beauty serum. It really reminds me a lot of Refa's Hydration Cream 2.0, which I really love, and joined in on the testing of that product. Went through a tube of their 1.0. That was when they were in the product testing phase, and really enjoyed that. And then they brought out another formula. They adjusted the formula based on the feedback. And yes, I've gone through one of them. They're very, very big tubes. Excellent value, excellent value. So this reminds me of that. And it wouldn't surprise me if the formulas were aligned, because Refa is a makeup brush brand. So yeah, and One Size is a brand created by a makeup artist. Another mini that I bought to try is the Tower 28 Hypochlorous spray. Now this is ideal for if you're traveling and your skin is prone to breakouts, and it's got to do with the free radicals that are in the recycled air, say of a plane or a train. I'm not going to use this right now, I don't need to, but yeah, lots of dermatologists recommend a spray like this for that sort of purpose. The only one I was able to find was the Tower 28 one. So it's not that expensive from Mecca, but cute little bottle and great for traveling, which is generally what it's for, I guess. So the rest of the makeup's on, as you can see. Now I'm going to feature the One Size Until Dawn waterproof setting spray. This is unbelievable stuff, unbelievable. Yesterday when I used this, I didn't even have glasses indentations in my makeup at the end of the day. So that's extraordinary. It really is waterproof too, because I've swum in full face of makeup with this on, and the makeup was still there after the swim. A couple of other things I've been using lately. The Inky List Hydrocolloid Invisible Pimple Patches. I've had a lot of breakouts recently. There's been a lot of humidity here, hence why I'm using these sweat-proof products. I don't know if these are that good for someone like me. They're really tiny for one. I kept sort of, with my arthritic finger, I kept having trouble getting them off the strip. And then they were sort of curled over on the edge, so I couldn't get them to sit cleanly on the face. But once they were on the face, they did stay there all night. And they did give my rosacea, there's some rosacea there, relief. So that was fine. I would prefer them to be bigger so I could use them. I know they're meant to be discreet. That's kind of the point, isn't it? But if they made bigger ones, I'd be happy. So they've got hydrocolloid, salicylic acid, succinic acid, and ectoin in them. And they're great ingredients. And the Inky List is sort of like The Ordinary, I guess, budget-wise. But I've gone through like nearly half the packet, and they were $16 because I was having trouble dispensing them, if you will. They're just tiny. They look like tiny, clear, round Band-Aids. That's how they apply. Okay, so what have I done with my skincare lately in terms of samples and minis? I used this last night, the Aceology Rose Petal Mask. I followed the instructions. It says to leave it on for 10 to 20 minutes. I guess it was nice. It says to apply it thickly. I did. I used half the tube in one use. I don't know. It felt kind of like, it wasn't a cream, it was a gel. It felt kind of like it was mimicking Korean or Japanese skincare. It's not from there. I think Aceology, I don't know whether I can't remember which retailer this came from. But yeah, look, it didn't change my life. And I've actually got a bit more of a breakout around my mouth this morning. So I'm not sure if it was the right thing for my skin type. In any case, and after I rinsed it off, I didn't feel like really hydrated at all either. So that was weird, because I'm used to feeling that way after using a sheet mask, a K-Beauty or a J-Beauty sheet mask. These came recently in the Sephora. I went up to gold level, and this was a thing that they sent me. The Fresh Age Renewal Favourites for firm and resilient skin. There's a serum in there and a cream. They both smell like tea or kind of herbaceous. Now the serum, I went through, I think I got 3 uses out of the little tube. It was fine. It was fine. The cream, I got 3 uses out of as well. I liked the cream actually. The Black Tea Advanced Age Renewal Cream. It does smell really strongly of black tea, if you don't like that. It really reminded me of an Australian brand called Akin. The ingredients list, as well as the smell, the fragrance, that sort of herbaceous smell. And I'm like, well, Fresh is a really expensive brand, so I'd be more inclined to go and buy the Akin, which I already know I like, especially that day cream, the one with the antioxidants, the lime caviar, I think that's the one, then spend a lot of money on Fresh. And Akin, I think, is also an Australian brand, if I'm not mistaken. So, I don't know, for what it's worth, that's what I think. The other couple of minis I've got, samples I've got here, this Works 24-hour skin solutions, a deep sleep pillow spray. I think this is basically a watered down lavender and ylang ylang spray, like really watery, and you're meant to spray it on your pillow, which I did. Did it make me go to sleep? No. In fact, if anything, I had to ditch that pillow and use another one. I don't think ylang yalang's for me. Does it have ylang ylang? Well, it smelt like it. It's got geranium. Okay, that's what the smell was that I didn't like. Right, but it definitely had lavender in it, because I'm not real fond of that either, and I should have known better than to use it. So I don't know how much this stuff is for a full size, but I definitely wouldn't be buying that. Even my husband said, what have you done? What's that smell? And he's used to being in the bedroom when there's lots of perfume being sprayed around and whatever, and he never objects to that, but he didn't like that thing. So there you go. This morning I used this to wash my hair, a Sephora Cleansing Scalp Scrub sample. It was just a little pod. I do not understand what scalp scrubs are for. And Samantha Rizundu made a good point in her recent video about how do you actually get the scrub into the scalp area. Like, it's really hard, especially if you have longer hair. And it is an excellent point that she made. I just used it as shampoo, and the bits of salt in it, which is obviously the scrub element, just fell into the bath anyway when I was showering. So, you know, I don't know what the function of it was. I can't see it being much different from a shampoo with scrub in it. So why put the scrub in it? Just have a shampoo. It says it's got apple cider vinegar. Now, apple cider vinegar is a wonderful ingredient, but I don't know what it's going to do to your hair in the, 1 to 2 minutes that it's actually on there. So that's my cynical take on those things. I'll just get the cleanser that I used this morning. So I've got this little cleanser here from Sephora. It's an AHA cleanser. It's a gel cleanser. It doesn't really foam. I washed my face with it this morning. I actually think this would be great for people that are starting out on AHAs. AHAs exfoliate the skin. Short contact therapy. So if you put this on your face, and you, especially on the areas that are acne prone, or there's blocked pores, there's blackheads, rub it in for about 20 seconds on that spot and leave it on your skin for, a few moments while you do something else. I also cleaned the ears, just the outer rim of my ears, because I get blackheads in there. And I think that's going to be, and that seems a weird thing to say, but I think that's going to be quite a good use for this. I got this thinking, this would be great for travel, but I have actually been using it and enjoying it at the moment. And because it's not stripping with too many surfactants, hence why it doesn't foam, it's actually pretty good, but don't get it near your eyes. And if you are sensitive, just use it, you know, with caution. Just use it in maybe one part of your face to begin with, because the first time I used it, it really tingled. And my face is used to all sorts of stuff going on it. So yeah, it's got some significant AHA effect there. So I hope this video encourages you to use your samples and minis, or to pass them on to somebody who might use them if you don't want to use them. I have so many. I have like a bowl full of them, and I am determined to use them up this year. Instead of project pans and all that stuff that I'm not very good at, I'm going to focus on using up the things like that have been in my collection for a little while. Thank you for watching today, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.